the 12-bar blues is a progression of chords. This progression is common and familiar, and it repeats itself many, many times. So once you learn this progression, once you can hear this progression, you're going to be able to translate it into different styles, you're going to be able to go into different keys, and it's going to be a real asset to you. It will also help you understand keys and progressions in other examples as we move forward in our music education. So to start off with, I'm not even going to tell you what the order is, I just want you to play along with me. Okay, so we're going to play a down stroke on the bass A string, which is the 5th string, the 4th string, which is the D string, and the 6th string, which is the E string. So that's 3 notes we're going to be playing, A, D, and E. And I'll just call out what those notes are as we go along. So let's have a look at my right hand now as I prepare to play the 5th string, which is A. So we're going to play A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, again, and A, 2, 3, again, A, 2, 3, again, last time. Now to D, 4th string, 2, 3, again, D, 2, 3, back to A, 2, 3, again, A, now to E, 6th string, and E, 2, 3, D, D, 2, 3, back to A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. So that was the 12-bar blues in its most bass form. Let's do that again. So we're going to start on the 5th string, A. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, again. A, 2, 3, again. A, 2, 3, last time. A, now to D, 4th string. 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, back to A. 2, 3, 4, again. 2, back to E. 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. A. One more time and we end. 2, 3, 4. So that progression has 12 bars, and what we were doing was we're playing the note on the first beat of each of those bars. So each bar has 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So now we can start to hear the progression. So we're going to lay it out like this. There are 4 bars of A to start off with. So let's just play 4 bars of A so we know how to count that. So just the A string, 5th string, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. So what I was doing there, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I changed out the first number each time to help me keep count. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that's just a handy way to count through bars if there's many of them, because you can keep track of how many you've done already. Following those first 4 bars of A, we go to 2 bars of D. So let's now do the first 6 bars. So we've got 4 bars of A and 2 bars of D. Let's go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Last one, change to D. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after this point, we go back to A for 2 bars. So that's going to round out our first 8 measures. So we've got 4 measures of A, 2 measures of D, then another 2 measures of A. So we've gone to D and came back. So let's do those first 8 measures now, and then we'll run through the rest of it afterwards. Bar for nothing, I count in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, back to D, D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, back to A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. So that you can practice just that, I'm going to play a chord accompaniment now, and you can play along with me. So I want you to play exactly what we just did, long notes on each of those bass notes, and I'm going to play 8 measures with chords, so it sounds a bit fuller. Exactly what we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2 to D. Again, D. Back to A. Good. Now, I want to stay with that first 8 measures of 8 bars. A measure is the same, it means the same thing as a bar. And now I want to play it without counting out loud, and I want you to hear the transition. So we should know it well enough. We're just doing the first 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So now we're starting to use a little bit of intuition in it, and we're not having to count out loud as we go along. We've done 8 out of the 12 bars. Now, the last 4 bars speed up in terms of how quickly they change between chords. So in measure number 9, bar number 9, we go to the E chord. So that's the E, the 6th string, E. That only goes for 1 measure, and then we jump across to the D string, and then we go back to the A for 2 measures. So we've got E, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. The tricky part in terms of jumping here, we have the E string, which is the 6th string, then we jump over to the 4th string, the D string. So it might be that you might hit the wrong string occasionally, but that will come with time. So let's just do the last 4 bars of the 12 bar blues. We're going to go E, 2, 3, 4 to D, 2, 3, 4, A, and A. We'll end on A. So just from the E, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4 to D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, again, and okay, let's try that all together. I'm going to play once through and just play along with you the long notes, and then I'll do once through and I'll play with the chord. So if I call out again, we're going to start the whole progression again from the top. So be ready to go back to the beginning. Okay, from the very top, starting on A. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4 to D. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. D, 2, back to A. 2, 3, 4. A, 2, E coming up. E, 2, change to D. Back to A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the top. And 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4. Change to D. A, E, good. Okay, so now without me calling it out, I want you to start hearing the changes. In fact, right now what you can do is, without playing, have a listen to me go through that progression, and I want you to call out the changes. You can say A when I start. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, and D. I want you to call out D as soon as the chord changes to the D chord, and so on with the other chords. So just do it verbally now with me as we go along. I'm not going to say them, but maybe I'll make some cues with my face. I don't know. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I want you to play along using your open strings. Play those downbeats along with me as I play through the entire progression just once. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So you can practice with the backing track to further practice this progression as much as you like until you get it so comfortable that you could play it in your sleep, that you can hear where the changes, you can feel where the changes are even without counting. So practice that quite a bit, because getting this locked in at an early stage will make the rest of this that much easier. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next lesson.